is makeup organization day. I have a huge project to tackle and I figured I would take you guys along with me today. I really don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I thought that it would be fun to try vlogging. I've never done this before and hopefully the result will be very satisfying. So we're gonna get a little ready, we're gonna get some coffee, tackle this day. We are currently redoing all of the bathrooms in our home, and so this bathroom that I'm in is our guest bathroom. It's the one that we haven't started yet. About a third of my stuff is in this bathroom, a third of it I put back in our main bathroom, but then like a third of it is in the guest bedroom and just in really random places. So it all needs to come back together for me so I can see everything that I have. What I think I'm gonna do is create like an everyday makeup drawer. There's a content creator, I'll put her information here and make sure and link her in the notes below, but the content creator's username is Simply Blair and she's a lovely human being. You guys should definitely follow her. But she does a everyday makeup drawer for each month, and I love that idea so much because it makes you shop your own collection, makes you rediscover things that you might have forgotten about, and just helps to kind of reduce like waste. You all know makeup has an expiration date. I want to go into a bit of a no buying period. I have so much makeup. I am a little worried that some of it is approaching that expiration date, and so I want to be cognizant of that and just kind of reinvigorate myself. Like I have so much good stuff and I'm not using a lot of it, and I want to kind of rediscover what I've already got before I go out and purchase new things. So I think this is going to be a really good trial period for that. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna insert some footage at some point in this video so you guys can see what it looked like before. It was very chaotic. I couldn't see half of the stuff in there, for right now at least. I'm gonna wash my face, put some skincare on, and then get a little ready myself for the day and find myself some coffee. I need a little caffeine to pep me up for this. So let's get into it. Officially achieved a glazed donut status. We're ready. All right, we are caffeinated. We've changed and it's time. I think what I'm gonna start to do first is I've got everything laid out. I'm just gonna sort all of this by like category, primers, foundation, blah, blah, blah. And then we're just gonna take some inventory. So let's start there and see where it gets us. Do we all not have the Naked palette from 10 years ago that we haven't used in 7 years? Okay, cool. So this is what we are working with after everything has been organized and grouped together. So over here, we've got true primers, glow boosters back here, bronzer and contour, all like base face products are back here. This Makeup Forever palette and this e.l.f. color corrector were just kind of like miscellaneous, like they're just kind of their own category. Blushes, concealers, and color correctors. Highlighter hybrids like this from House Labs. This can be a blush. Whoops. Oh no, everything's toppling. True highlighters, brow products, brow pens, pencils, gels, and powders. Eyeliners, mostly pencil. Powders, setting powders, finishing powders, mascaras, lips. So I will say all of these NYX lip products were gifted to me at Ulta. They were doing like a giveaway, and so Like, I really dislike these duck plumpers actually, and so I might get rid of those. These are not like my core lip products. I actually have those in a separate area. These are just kind of what's accumulated in like storage over time, so they're not ones that I use regularly. We've got lip liners, shadow sticks or pencils, single shadows, and then eyeshadow palettes, and then just setting sprays. I think that this is going to be really good to kind of condense, to pick out some things that maybe I haven't been using, or maybe to test some things that I don't think I've been loving, to either confirm or deny that. I think let's go ahead and start picking stuff out for an everyday makeup drawer. All right, so as I am starting to think about like what I would want in kind of an everyday makeup drawer, one of my priorities is going to be using products that will soon not be like my shade match, because I'll be getting more tan with summer, and products that like I'm a little on the fringe about if I like them or not. And so those are two things that I'm going to keep in mind. The third being like products that I just haven't used yet and I need to spend more time with, and I need to just like give them some love. Yeah, those are the things that come to mind. But let's just kind of start putting this together and see, we'll see where we land. I'm trying to figure out like what is the best, as I'm moving this around, what's the best angle, oopsies, here we go, to like film this in. So forgive me if I'm like kind of all over the place, but I'm just gonna grab my makeup bag, 4 primers, and I'm gonna try and limit myself to like 2, maybe 3 from each category. I don't know. This is the first time I've done this, so we'll learn together like what does or doesn't work, or what is or isn't realistic. But I think I'm gonna grab a couple that come to mind. This Merit one, I know that when it gets to be summertime, I'm not going to be wearing this because I'm gonna be a little bit more oily. So in the very last little bit of like the drier months, I wanna try and use up a good amount of this. So I'm gonna toss this in. This Lumi Glotion, I know again, like this is probably the last month or so that I'm going to use this. I absolutely loved the light glow. Like you can, I don't know if you can really see, but I can feel this is much lighter than this one. So I know I really am going to use this. So I'm going to try and use this one up. So we'll put it in the bag. I think I'm going to stop with those 2 primers. For base products, definitely want to use up, again, ones that I know are going to be too light for me in a bit. So that would be Fenty Eavesdrop Stick. This is like a pretty light shade. House Labs foundation, which I'm really sad about. I kind of made a mistake with this one, and I bought it at like my absolute palest in like end of January, early February. It's not going to transition very easily. Like I do have another foundation, Armani Luminous Silk, that I can mix and it might be okay, but I want to use up more of this before it's not my correct shade anymore. I'm gonna also add in CL Tint and Protect. This one is new and I think that I very, very much like it, but I want to continue wearing it, testing it out. We've got our little chair holding bag situation. Bronzers. So I want to add in the Patrick Top. I just got this during the Sephora sale and I'm literally obsessed with it. It's a cream and powder bronzer duo. I might just use this. It might just be enough for the month. On to concealers. I want 1 color corrector, 1 just like fuller coverage concealer, and then I probably want just like a lighter, like an eye brightening concealer. I'm gonna grab the Cali Ray Hideaway for a color corrector because again, I just got this and I want to use it up a little bit more. I'm also going to grab this House Labs concealer. This is great for like a fuller coverage concealer, but when I get more tan, this might not be the best shade match. So I'm gonna toss this in. And I'm also going to grab my Natasha Denona concealer because this will be really great for brightening or like highlighting on the face. I know I want to incorporate this LYS Cream Glow blush stick. My Merit Flush Balm. This is in the shade Persimmon, and it's this really gorgeous kind of like burnt terracotta. I also want to toss in this Peachgasm, this Beauty Light wand from Charlotte Tilbury. Highlighter, I think because I've got primarily cream products, I'm gonna go ahead and grab Charlotte Tilbury Glow Glide Face Architect just in the shade Champagne. Brows, okay. Honestly, I don't feel bad putting most of these products in the bag because there's not that many. I'm gonna put the brow powder in that I just got in the Sephora Savings event. My e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pen, NYX Lift and Snap. 2 of the ABH, the Brow Freeze in the pot, and then the Brow Freeze wand, the Rare Beauty Brow Gel. I have a Charlotte Tilbury brow pen and the Kosas Brow Pop Nano. To be honest, I'm not over the moon impressed with either of these. I have just found that for me, brow pens tend to work better. Maybe I'll use these up and then we'll get rid of these guys. I'm not gonna put any of these lip products in. Next up, we've got eyeliners. I'm for sure gonna put in my nude waterline eyeliner. I'm also going to put in the House Labs Optic Intensity Eco Liner. And then I'm also going to put in my Makeup Forever Artist Pencil. I just haven't used that a ton. I've used them for lip liners religiously, but not as eyeliners. So I'm just gonna put in my 3 handy dandies, my House Labs Translucent Setting Powder, my Huda Beauty Easy Bake in the shade Cherry Blossom for like under eye brightening powder, and then just my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in the shade medium. So just a setting powder. I'm gonna put in this little baby. This is a tiny Chanel mascara sample, and I'm sure it won't last very long, so we're just gonna use it up. Both of my Tower 28 mascara, the L'Oreal Panorama mascara. It's an amazing drugstore mascara. YSL Lash Clash Essence. This is just their Lash Princess. Eyeshadow palettes. I think I'm gonna actually take a break from eyeshadow palettes this month. I don't think that I'm gonna put these in there. And I'm actually gonna focus on using up some of my single eyeshadows. I am gonna include, I just love this color pop. This is in the Super Shock Shadow in the color Ritz. I also want to continue using up Merit Solo Shadows, the shade Studio for this month. I really enjoy that one. I'm gonna take these 2 Laura Mercier Caviar Sticks. These were like a gift in, you know, those Sephora like birthday gifts or some, you know, Beauty Insider rewards points, but I'm almost done with these. Like this one really doesn't have much at all left. Same for, this one might have a little bit more. Yeah, that one's got a bit more, but I just want to use these up. I've really enjoyed these and I would highly recommend them if you are looking for a shadow stick, but I think I can probably use the rest of these up. I am gonna try and use up some of this white as like maybe an inner corner highlight, brow bone highlight. We'll see how it works as an eyeshadow. I remember this creased pretty bad when I did use it, but we'll see. So for this month, these 5 are going in the bag. And then lastly, setting sprays. I'm actually going to pull the Urban Decay All Nighter. I just want to get more familiar with this one. I will actually also grab my Rare Beauty it's really more of like a hydrating mist, like a refresh mist throughout the day. So I'm gonna have one that's kind of intended for specifically setting makeup and another for like a hydrating, more of a mist. We have our month of makeup in a bag. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take you guys over and we're going to arrange this in my actual drawer, make sure that everything fits. Let's get to it. Okay guys, I think we did it. This drawer is looking so much better than it was a couple of weeks ago. My name is Molly. If you haven't yet, please make sure and subscribe to my channel, The Beauty of It All. We talk about makeup tips, we make beauty approachable, we go over product reviews and recommendations, recreate simple looks, all of those things. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please make sure and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And again, just thank you so much for joining me today to help clean out and condense some of my makeup. I'm excited to provide y'all an update on this in a few weeks. As always, thank you so much for joining me to chat about the beauty of it all. Bye everyone.